Hello, my chica boom boom. So yes, I know the beauty community has been in chaos. If you haven't seen my mascara, the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift review, okay? And like my input on the whole Michaela lying to people situation. That video went up yesterday, go check it out. Everybody freaking out. But in today's video, we are going to review the Makeup by Mario foundation. And as per usual, I suck at remembering everything, like details and stuff. So I have the Sephora website and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of feedback. I'm gonna review this the way that I would love for people to do their reviews. There are very limited creators that actually do that and it's so annoying. I don't want you to just pop it on your face and just be like, this is what it looks like. I want in-depth. I want to know whether or not I should go spend my money and I want it to be real. And you guys know that's what you're gonna get here on the channel. So this is the Surreal Skin Liquid Foundation. It goes for $42 and it has just 3.5 stars out of 324 reviews. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more if more people were to review it, but this is where we're at. It is available in 30 shades and I must tell you, based on swatches that I've seen, the shades pull more on the warm side. Some of these foundations are labeled as cool, but when you really look at the swatch, it doesn't necessarily look cool or neutral. It just looks more on the warmer side, slightly on the yellow side. This foundation is said to provide a natural finish. It's supposed to be hydrating. It's supposed to be medium coverage, but you should be able to like build it if you wanted to, and it's supposed to be a long wear. It is breathable and luminous. And key ingredients are grapeseed oil and vegetable squalene, whatever that is. And it's supposed to provide restoring moisturizing benefits. Let's see. Now, I haven't tried her. She just got here. I got mine in 140. I ordered this online and I did extensive research on swatches, mainly because I couldn't go in store. My nearest Sephora is an hour away. Why? My town is now flourishing and we have bigger brands moving on into town. So hopefully at some point I get a Sephora that I can just go in and like swatch things in person. But I had to kind of like do the best that I could based on swatches that I found online. But this is what 140 is gonna look like straight off the bottle. Sometimes you look at the bottle, it looks like it's your shade, and then when you pump it and apply it on your skin, it's different. And if it oxidizes, it's worse. So we're gonna see what happens. And now with the Michaela thing, and this is not shade, it's the reality. A lot of people don't know who to trust. Look at that little peephole. See the little peephole in the bottle? It's brand new. I haven't even like pumped her. So I really don't know if this is gonna work. There are definitely mixed reviews. A lot of people are saying, I love her, you should try her. And then more people are providing detail on, I don't like it. It's way too shimmery on the skin. It makes me look and feel oily. It's not hydrating. There are people who love it, but there are more people who have given it a more like negative review, even at the point that when I did the poll on my community page here on YouTube, asking, do you guys want to see Makeup by Mario's foundation or Lady Gaga's House Labs foundation? I got comments saying, do the House Labs, it's the safest bet. When it comes to foundation, you shouldn't necessarily look at it as in safe. It's about the quality and how it's gonna look, but it's also how it's gonna make you feel, right? And for me, I was like, well, I'm not gonna go with the safe bet, at least not today. I'm gonna sit here and try to figure out why people don't love this. Cause I feel like it's Mario. Why? Everyone should love this. And if anyone knows skin, it would be him. So let's zoom you guys in. And this is gonna be a wear test, so get ready. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my Grown Alchemist primer. I'm not gonna over apply the primer either. I'm gonna do about like a pea size. And as I'm blending this in, it is important for you guys to know a few things, okay? So I have normal combination skin. Very rarely do I get oily, even in the summer. Oftentimes I can pull off not wearing a primer and just going in with moisturizer or vice versa. Another thing that's really important to note is I do remove my peach fuzz. Right now it's kind of growing out. It's important for you guys to know that because if you remove your peach fuzz, foundation does look slightly different on the skin. You don't have a barrier between the product and your skin. Whereas when you have your peach fuzz, some people have a little bit, some people have a lot. It definitely makes a difference on the skin. Sometimes the foundation will sit on the peach fuzz and or will not settle properly on the skin. So really important things for you guys to know. Again, transparency. And when reviewing foundations, I think it's appropriate to use two different tools because not everyone uses the same tool. We have personal preferences, and based on the tool, you may or may not get different coverage. And yes, Cam is in the room. Okay. So if you're new here, make sure you are subscribed. She's eating her little snack. I'm going to prime it. I'm gonna do 2 pumps. Let's see how that works. I usually do 2 pumps with all my foundations, regardless of the situation. Unless I want to be really, really light, then I'll do like the 1. So if you hear a little bit of noise, just know she's just chilling like a villain. We're gonna dab this on the skin like this. I mean, I typically don't do this, but because of the fact that I'm trying to make sure that I don't overdo the 2 pumps, I'm gonna dab it on my skin on one side, and then we'll see how it blends. Let's do a sponge on this side. I have a damp little blending spongy over here. I'm just gonna start the tapping. I kind of see shimmers, but I don't see shimmers. Let me see close up. You guys know I'm blind, right? And the only reason why I do not wear my glasses, it's because it's beauty videos and glasses can get in the way, of course, when you're like applying your makeup and stuff. You know, I don't think I did a terrible job shade matching myself. It is slightly lighter, you can see, but with some bronzer, we can make her work like effortlessly, like it won't be an issue. So I'm happy about that because having to mail this back because it's the wrong shade to try to get the right shade is gonna be annoying. But no, I think it's decent. I think it works. And of course, while I'm doing the other side, we have to keep an eye on the side that would be already on, which is this one, to see if it's gonna oxidize or not. I don't think it will. I mean, it's Mario. I expect more than a foundation formula that oxidizes, but you just never know. This is not even the full 2 pumps. Look at that coverage. You can kind of still see my little like birthmarks. I have one here, and one right here. My skin looks luminous, glowy. It looks wet, to be fair. I think we have to let it sit, finish the rest of the face to really get an idea. So let's see what happens on this side. Let's let it settle, okay? But that's definitely the difference, the before and the after with the sponge. Now I'm gonna go on to whatever is left, and we are going to dab this. I'm hoping I like this foundation like ultimately after the wear test because I like Mario. I really do. And I still have a little bit left, so I'm gonna do one of these. But at the same time, we have to be realistic. No one is ever going to absolutely love every single product that you try. So for me, it's one of those things where it's like when you see someone that says they love everything, do you though? You know what I mean? Okay. And you guys know I'm a sponge girl. So let's see which finish I prefer. I recently got a question, is it better to pat or to blend in, like buff it in? If you're gonna use a sponge, pat it in. Don't necessarily do one of those. If you're using a brush, I tend, whenever I've worked with like clients, I tend to kind of tap it just so that I can really blend and kind of press that foundation onto the skin just in general, because less is more always. And then once you have most of your skin covered, then buff it in. That's how I do it though. I just like the finish. It's very seamless and very pretty. Doesn't look cakey, doesn't look heavy. And by buffing it in, you're really getting it into your skin. I know you guys notice the difference because I see it and it's tripping me out. The sponge side has way more coverage than the brush side. Like way more coverage. This one just looks more pigmented over the other side. Although to be fair, I like them both. Like if I wanted a little more coverage, then I would go with a sponge on this side, but I'm kind of liking the brush side more. Okay, so we're gonna buff this in. Maybe doing this would help. The whole point of these reviews is to help you guys determine whether or not you want to purchase the product, whether or not it's going to be worth you spending your money, and it gives you a better visual and idea as to whether or not it's going to work for you with your method of application, with your skin type. Sometimes you look at it and go, oh my God, I want it. I love, you know, the creator, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, the formula sucks. That's why I like doing reviews like this and giving you an extensive review, giving you as much information as possible. I like to think, okay, before I buy it, what would I like to know? And then whenever I actually review a product, I want to review it, giving you the details based on what I would like to know. Okay, now that I buffed the sponge side in, it looks a lot better. It looks luminous, for sure. It looks luminous, but that's where some powder comes into play. If you have really oily skin, you might want to powder your face completely to kind of like reduce the amount of luminosity, because when you're oily, you're so used to seeing yourself luminous that you're like, oh no, I can do without that, right? But then there are people who have really dry skin and they live for this dewy look. She looks blended. It actually looks really decent with my skin complexion. And you guys know I don't necessarily bring it down to my neck because I'm not going anywhere special. Let me finish the rest of my face. I'll be back. The makeup is on for today. It is currently 12:38. It is very important that you guys know that. I was filming another video. So this has been on my face for well over an hour. She's looking good. I applied powders under my eyes, T-zone area to set my concealer. And then that's pretty much it. I have zero highlighter on the skin because I do not want to introduce anything onto my skin that will make this foundation look bad just in case. So I skipped on the highlighter in general. This luminosity that you see is the foundation itself. Personally, I like some dewiness to the skin. So far, I don't mind her. She's looking really good. She worked well with my bronzer, which happens to be the NARS Laguna in the cream form. And the blushes that I used on my cheeks are powders. I used Willa and Butterfly. I kind of mixed these two together. And this is what we have going on. It is exactly 12:40. Let's see how this wears throughout the day. It is literally 3:11 in the afternoon and I am on the car pickup line. Oh, I got a message. I am on the car pickup line waiting for Ty. We don't really have much sun going on. It's like scattered, but I wanted to kind of show you guys what this skin is looking like. Again, no filtro, no nothing. It's not glitching or anything. We're definitely looking a little dewier in certain areas, but it's not unflattering. So it's a flattering dewy right now. It's been a few hours. Of course, this is a weird test, so we're not gonna powder. We're just gonna ride it through till tonight just to see what that looks like. But you know, I did kind of go like this to see, and I see little shimmers, you see, on like my hand, but it's not like messy. Not, at least not yet. It hasn't like settled into any areas. So far it's looking really good and it still looks very complimentary. Let's see what it's gonna look like around 7-8 o'clock. I just checked. It's 9:29 at night. 9:29 p.m. I've had this foundation on for what, like 11 hours? Something like that. I'm gonna say I haven't powdered. We're looking not just luminous and not even dewy. We're well past dewy. We are at greasy. Like greasy. With most of my foundations, if anything, with all of the foundations that I use on an ongoing consistent basis, like my Ofra, my Il Makiage, my Charlotte Tilbury, and many more, I don't have to powder. I just don't powder throughout the day. It'll be the end of the day and my skin is still looking semi-matte. If anything, slightly dewy and healthy and still looks good, not clumpy, not settling, anything like that. And in this case, we've got some stuff to look at. So first off, it hasn't creased in like little crevices on my face, so I can appreciate that. She stayed put. It's starting to fade in this area a little bit, so I can definitely notice that. I mean, that's kind of oh, I have like eyeliner or something here on the side of my nose. That's kind of about it. Is it a bad foundation? No, but I am gonna say not everyone can use it, not everyone should use it. I'm gonna give you like my train of thought as a makeup artist. This is a foundation that I would 100% avoid on an individual who has really oily skin. You're already oily, you're trying to battle your natural oils. You do not want to end up looking like this or anything more than that at the end of the day. And in the event that you wanted to try it, try to get a sample, okay? See what the vibe is like and whether or not you like it, because it is gonna add luminosity, so it's gonna eventually look kind of greasy on your skin. So you're really going to have to do severe prep work prior to. Prep your canvas with your toner, your serums, your moisturizer, and your greasy. So you have to have a really healthy balance. And then you have to use a really mattifying primer. Maybe even like mist your skin with a really good setting spray before going in with this foundation. Because girl, you're oily. I'm not, and this is what I look like. So can you imagine if you're oily? But on the flip side, if you have dry skin, I think you're gonna love it. People with dry skin really want luminosity, that healthy, hydrating glow. This is going to probably be your best friend. It adds that hydration, not just makes it look hydrated and dewy, but it adds hydration. I think people with dry skin are gonna benefit out of this foundation the most. And if you have normal combo skin like me over here, it doesn't look horrible. If you're okay with powdering and touching up throughout the day, I think you'll be okay. Had I powdered and touched up maybe once around 4:30, 5 o'clock, I think I would have been okay. We didn't do that, clearly. Do I regret purchasing the foundation? No. Do I like the foundation? Yes. Am I happy that I have to powder maybe once a day to avoid it looking like this? Not necessarily, but it's not going to be tasking, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. At least for me, it's not. And we all know I have little travel size, little powder, so I can just pop in my bag. The shade range, I'm happy. There are 30 shades. I don't like that they all pull warmer, more yellow. I feel like it should have been, you know, it should have definitely had some neutral and some cool tone. And am I happy with the shade I chose, 140? Yes. And I'm hoping that Makeup by Mario releases another formula, because this is actually nice, but maybe one that is not mattifying and not luminous, something more matte, but still makes you look like your airbrush would be beautiful. But yeah, you guys, that is it for today's video. I know your girl looks tired. That's because I am, okay? And I know I applied the liner, but you guys wanted to see a review on the mattest liner on the market, and you guys know I had to go snag her, so I did a review. Don't worry, that goes up soon. But yeah, I'm tired. I want to go get in the shower, wash my hair, take my face off. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button. All right, guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.